7 years ago, this nation was tested in regards to our response and mitigation of a situation as never seen before in this country. Although a tragedy in many aspects in regards to loss of life, it has strengthened America's commitment for public safety through partnerships with each other and the community. We are gathered here today to remember those that lost their life in the name of freedom on that day.
444 being sounded as the last alarm for all those who perished on September 11th, 2001, signified by the collapse of the South Tower. This in remembrance of all the lives lost at the World Trade Center in New York City, the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and the crash site in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. God bless and may they rest in peace.
Seven years ago, the U.S. Fire Service experienced the greatest tragedy in its history when 343 firefighters perished in the collapse of the World Trade Center. Our lives as Americans will never be the same since terrorists crashed aircraft into the World Trade Center, into the Pentagon, and into a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Thousands of innocent citizens lost their lives that fateful day, and we do pause to remember them on this fateful day. May God bless and keep safe our responders and military personnel. May God bless America. We have received from the office of Charlie Crist a proclamation announcing today, September 11th, as Remembrance Day, recognizing that President Bush proclaimed September 11th as Patriot Day, and recognizing the responders, first responders and military personnel that sacrifice their lives every day for the citizens of this great country. A few months ago, we had the honor of having a traveling exhibit come through the city of Tampa, a beam from the World Trade Center that will become a part of a 911 memorial and museum in New York City on the site of the World Trade Center. On that day, we were presented with a flag that flew over the World Trade Center, and today I'd like to present this flag to Mayor Iorio on behalf of the memorial and the museum to be given to the city of Tampa, and invite the mayor to share a few comments.
Thank you, Chief. Chief, I accept this flag on behalf of all the citizens of the city of Tampa. September 11th is a day that truly changed our nation. We will never forget it. Everyone remembers where they were when it occurred. And every year we will stop and remember, because thousands of lives were lost. And it is also a time for us to remember the tremendous sacrifice of our first responders, the brave firefighters who ran into the building there to help. Our police officers, always ready to serve. Our military across the ocean, sacrificing as we speak. Our first responders exemplify the very best of our nation. September 11th is a day where we thank our first responders. We thank them for their dedication, their sacrifice, their bravery. We realize that in the city of Tampa, on any given day, something catastrophic could happen. as it did on September 11th, 2001. But I know in my heart that if something were to ever happen here in the city of Tampa, that we are served by the very best in fire rescue and the very best in the police department, and that our citizens would be well served by their first response. And so on September 11th, let's remember those who lost their life. Let's remember the freedoms that we cherish, those who are serving overseas in the military. Let's remember all the great things that this country stands for and how blessed we are to be United States citizens.
Available on air. 10:02.
In the words of Governor George Pataki, September 13th, 2001, "But clouds pass, the sun always breaks through, and we know as Americans that God's light will shine across this great land, and that our free and strong people will prevail."